And Andy Logan, how are you today, sir?
I'm great. Thank you guys for having me. Again, sorry for running behind. I got stuck in a previous phone call meeting, so thanks for being patient with me.
Hey, you can run behind today, but not in the Olympics, all right, Trevor? You got to be in front of everybody.
Sounds good to me. We'll get it out of the way now.
That's good. Well, thanks for joining us. And Andy was telling us, a little bit of your story involved with Ashland National Championships, your coach there, Judd. But this is your first Olympic Games. Share with our listeners how all of that helped you prepare to get to this, a dream come true, participating in the Paris Olympics, your first one.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very long road. I went to Ashland starting back in fall of 2017. Didn't really view myself as someone that could be a professional athlete, let alone an Olympian. But that was something that our head coach Judd saw in me very early on. And one of the great things he did, he never really mentioned it to me early on or really pressured me or put those expectations on me. So he essentially allowed me to grow into this role that he always knew I would be, but something that I didn't know, so I wouldn't feel any excess pressure or expectations.
So what was it as far as his coaching or his guidance, if it wasn't actually on the track, right, but maybe the mental reps or the mental approach that stood out to you, what you learned from Judd? Yeah,
he just, as someone who was an American record holder and a four-time Olympian himself, he just knew how to go about the off-the-track stuff. He was a hammer thrower. I'm a 400 hurdler. But a lot of the stuff you do off the track similar, whether it's getting sleep, getting recovery, eating enough, treatment, mental reps, writing things down, just really being a student of the sport. And he was really a mentor for me in that capacity, kind of taking care of off-the-track stuff, whereas I had my actual sprint coaches to make sure I was ready on the track.
Trevor, I'm interested in your approach to these games. I mean, it's one thing to go to the Olympic Games. It's another thing to be at the World Championships. Will you be taking in other events while you're there, or is it going to be 400-meter hurdles 24/7 for you?
I don't think it can be 400 hurdles 24/7. I think that's something that's going to burn you out and kind of wear you down, because we get the opening ceremony is the 26th of July. My first round isn't until August 5th.
Wow.
So that you're talking almost 2 weeks of just like holding yourself in your room and all that. So for me, in between practice sessions, like hanging out with teammates, I'm going to find ways. It's the Olympic Games.
Right.
So I'm going to go try to watch the men's basketball team, maybe try to watch the swimmers or the gymnasts, or go to the track on certain days when I'm not competing and watch some of my training partners and teammates run. Because that's part of it. It's part of the games experience. I think if you just lock yourself up in your room the whole time for that long, you're going to, there's still no guarantee you compete well. But then, two, you're going to look back on your experience and just realize you spent your whole Olympic Games just in that box of your room, just staring at the wall.
Amazing. We're going through some numbers, too. Over 10,000 athletes at these Olympic Games in Paris, France. You'll be one of them. Trevor Bassitt is joining us right now via the phone. Went to Ashland University. We've got Andy Logan on with us, and, of course, Kenny Rhoda with us. It's our Olympic Roundtable. Now, one of the other things we talked about, Trevor, was you will be a part of the opening ceremonies, and we talked about some of the fashion that goes on there. Were you fitted for the opening ceremonies outfits and the closings? I mean, how do they ship that stuff to you?
Yeah, so after finishing third, you do the victory lap with the medal, you go through media, you do the medal ceremony, then you go through drug testing. Once you do all that, then you can finally leave the stadium, and then you go to team processing at the meet hotel, and that's where you get fitted. You try on like as you guys know, they have the jeans, the polo jacket, and the long sleeve. Yeah, they find one that looks like it fits. They put it on you. They have the tailors mark the alterations, and then they're supposed to, I believe, be shipping it to me. I don't think we get it at the village, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you get fitted while we were in Eugene. We all got fitted there.
That's awesome.
It really is.
Trevor, I'm curious from a standpoint of somebody who will be watching you from afar, who never ran hurdles. Wait, JT, didn't we do something in May Day for our fraternity? And I ran into the bar or something like that?
We never jumped. We just ran a little bit, then we jumped into the
So for our listeners out there, what's the key to the 400-meter hurdles? What will you need to do to win bronze, silver, or hopefully gold?
Yeah, we got to be confident. We got to execute the first half of the race, which for me is we want patient pushes out of the blocks, run away free, run through the first hurdles, and after that just focus on being a sprinter. And then once we get to about 200 to go, at that point, you just got to get home. Just be tough, be strong, give everything you have, and then just make sure when you cross that line you got nothing left. And then at the end of the day, it's either going to be enough or it isn't. But if you use and give everything you have, then you can't really be disappointed.
Trevor, gold is the ultimate dream. First of all, making the Olympics is a dream. Check, right? Gold is the ultimate dream. Silver, bronze, not bad as well. For you, are you thinking only gold, or are you one of those athletes that says, I'm going to go do my best, and wherever that falls, that's where I end up?
I mean, the goal is always to win. Every time I step on the track, the goal is to win. But I also understand this is the Olympic Games. I happen to be alive during the best 400 hurdle era in the history of the sport. So right. I know there's a chance I could do my best, and it's not enough. But again, the goal is always to win, but I am going to go out there, give everything I have, execute the race how I plan to. And if it's enough, fantastic. If it's not, that's sports. That's life. That's how it goes. But the goal is always to win. I step to the line wanting to win. I step to the line expecting to win.
Trevor Bassitt is our guest. He's going to be appearing in his first Olympic Games in Paris. The first heat will be Monday, August 5th, correct? That's round one for you?
Yep, Monday, August 5th. It'll be at 4:05 a.m. Ohio time.
Okay, I was going to ask you that because I'm looking at some app here and I'm wondering what time is this. So thank you for letting us know on that. And then what happens there, Trevor? You run that, and then what? Where do you have to finish?
Not sure yet. We won't know that until the heats come out.
Okay.
Normally, it's probably going to be something like top 2 or top 3 each heat, get the auto advance, and then after that, they've introduced a new round called the repechage round, where if you're not one of the auto qualifiers, you have to run an additional race the next day to try to qualify for the semifinal.
All right, so that's what we'll be looking for. Mark it down on your calendars. Monday, August 5th, 4:05 a.m., and we'll see if Trevor Bassitt can qualify there, and we'll all be watching you here. I'm sure all your Ashland Eagle fans will be watching. Everybody in Ohio will be watching. I know Judd will be watching from up above and be there in spirit with you as you try and bring home an Olympic medal in your first Olympic Games, Trevor.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a good time.
Sure is. Trevor, thanks so much for making time for us. Andy, thanks so much for setting this interview up and chatting with us as well. We'll get a break in.